Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Biochemistry Concepts. This video includes what is urea, significance of urea cycle and reactions of the urea cycle with what are the sources of urea. Coming to what is urea, it is the end product of protein metabolism. During the metabolism of proteins, that is during the utilization of amino acids by the cells which are released from the proteins, the amino group is released from the amino acids. That amino group in the form of free ammonia is toxic to the cells. So that toxic ammonia is converted into urea. So that's why you consider urea as the end product of protein metabolism. So significance of urea cycle, as we discussed, it converts the highly toxic ammonia to a less toxic and more soluble urea. Requirements of the urea cycle, it requires the starting materials like carbon dioxide and ammonia. And the site is, it takes place in the liver, the major site of urea cycle. And subcellular site is mitochondria and cytosol, because the enzymes of the urea cycle, they are distributed in mitochondria and cytosol. And this cycle requires the input of energy. So 3 ATPs are actually required in the synthesis of one molecule of urea. Some authors may consider as 4 ATPs instead of 3 ATPs. So the reason for that 4 ATPs will be discussed under the reactions of urea cycle. Reactions of urea cycle. So there are total 5 reactions which leads to the production of urea by this cycle. So out of these 5 reactions, 2 reactions takes place in the mitochondria and 3 reactions in the cytosol. In the first reaction, carbon dioxide and ammonia, they condense to form carbamyl phosphate. So to create a bond, whenever you are joining carbon dioxide and ammonia, we need to create a bond. So that creation of bond requires some energy, and that energy is supplied by ATP. This reaction requires 2 molecules of ATP. And this reaction is important because the enzyme which is catalyzing this reaction, carbamyl phosphate synthetase 1, is the key enzyme of urea cycle. And why it is named as CPS1? Because there is one more enzyme called as carbamyl phosphate synthetase 2. So that CPS2 is present in the, that is required for the synthesis of pyrimidines, whereas CPS1 is involved in the urea cycle. So both the enzymes, they are responsible for the formation of carbamyl phosphate, but one is in the urea cycle and 2 is in the pyrimidine synthesis. And this CPS1, its activity is increased by a molecule called as N-acetyl glutamate. So in the presence of N-acetyl glutamate, the activity of CPS1 is increased. Now, the product of the first reaction, carbamyl phosphate, reacts with ornithine, and this reaction is catalyzed by ornithine transcarbamylase. It leads to formation of citrulline. Citrulline is a non-protein amino acid. So this citrulline, which is formed in the mitochondria in the second reaction, it is transported from mitochondria into the cytosol by transporters. Now once the citrulline is transported into the cytosol, in the cytosol, this reacts again, this condenses with aspartate to form argininosuccinate. And this reaction is catalyzed by argininosuccinate synthetase. So this reaction also requires energy because we are creating the bonds between citrulline and aspartate. So here one molecule of ATP is hydrolyzed to AMP and inorganic pyrophosphate. And here this is equal to 2 molecules of ATP, because whenever ATP is hydrolyzed to ADP, only one inorganic phosphate is utilized. But ATP hydrolysis to AMP leads to hydrolysis of 2 phosphates. So that forms the AMP. So why it is equal to 2 ATPs? Because if you want to convert AMP into ATP, you require 2 molecules of high energy phosphates. So that's why it is equal to 2 ATPs. Right? It is very simple, like AMP is converted into ADP. For that we require one high energy phosphate. ADP is converted into ATP. Again one more high energy phosphate is required. So in this way, for the conversion of AMP into ATP, we require two high energy phosphates. So that's why this reaction, we consider that two molecules of ATPs are utilized. So actually when you see it is 3 ATPs, but when you consider this conversion of AMP to ATP, it is equal to 4 ATPs. And in the fourth reaction, argininosuccinate is lysed into arginine and fumarate by the action of enzyme argininosuccinase. Now, this arginine in the fifth reaction by the action of enzyme arginase, it releases urea and also forms ornithine. So this ornithine which is formed in the cytosol is transported into the mitochondria by a transporter. So this fifth reaction catalyzed by arginase releases urea. So when we see the structure of urea, it has 2 nitrogens and 1 carbon. One of the nitrogen is obtained from the ammonia and the other nitrogen is obtained from the aspartate. And the source of carbon is carbon dioxide.